name is Asta Shukla, and I'm one of the CEOs of Team 1676. And the CEOs basically manage and oversee like all of the subdivisions. They help with organizing events, organizing build sessions, PyTech training sessions, and making sure that their team members are being held accountable for their build seasons.
My name is Shashan. I am co-CEO of Pascal Pioneers on the Valley side. And I also run the InfoSec subdivision, which manages our website and creates web apps. I'm also on the presentation team and give presentations for our different awards and also just talk about the team at different events.
I first learned about the team through an announcement when I was in my freshman year, and I joined through the interest meeting, and I ended up being on programming, which I'm still on programming now. At the time, during freshman year, I was still confused a little bit because I was a beginner to programming, so I was just like learning new concepts and wasn't able to contribute as much, but I was definitely learning, and the team around me, my peers and the coaches really helped me grow and develop as a programmer. And then during my sophomore year, towards the end of my sophomore year, and this was the time when COVID hit and like we were all virtual, I decided to join the presentation team, which basically represents our team at sponsor meetings, at presentation competitions, interviews, and basically events that represent our team. And I got onto the presentation team. And from there, I was able to really present myself as a person who could show leadership, dedication to the team, and has built enough skills to be a representative of the team. So then I ultimately became international leader, which is basically a project group that does international outreach. And then I interviewed for the CEO position, and I got it in May of last year. So now I'm CEO.
The most important thing I've learned is probably just like how to manage people and how to manage with people. Essentially, it's a huge team with a bunch of different divisions, bunch of different interests, and a bunch of different grades. And so you kind of, even though it is robotics and it's generally considered more of a nerdy, sciencey thing, there is a lot of social dynamic and, you know, talking to people and getting people to do things, and you learn a lot of social skills, essentially, as much as that sounds odd.
Okay, so Team 1676 has three main sections, three main divisions. But I'll start at the top. So at the top we have two CEOs, one CEO from Pasco Valley, which is Shashan, and then one CEO from Pasco Hills, which is me. And so the three different sections, I'll start off with robot. So robot is everything that helps function the robot. So one subdivision is programming, which helps programming the robot. It has a language called LabVIEW, which is basically block coding. There's another subdivision called electrical, which basically helps with the wiring of the robot, the pneumatics, and things like that. There's mechanical, which I'd say is one of the biggest robot subdivisions. It has three different apparatus groups, which is shooter, climber, and intake. So intake basically, in the context of our game, intake helps pick up the balls, and then shooter helps shoot the balls into the hoop or the hub, and climber helps the robot climb onto different levels. And then we have chassis. We also have carpentry. We have carpentry and CAD. So carpentry basically helps with like setting up the field, and then CAD basically helps with modeling, so that mechanical and other groups can use that. And then Trishan will talk about mods.
So MOD stands for Management, Outreach, and Design. It's essentially everything we do that's not robot, or they help everything we do that's not robot. It consists of graphics, which makes all our team graphics and the logo on the shirt here, and the backs of every new shirt every year. We have publications, which makes our pamphlets, our flyers, and several booklets. We have awards, which writes our essays and submits awards to the overall league, which is first. So right now our awards team is working on their chairman's award. On top of that, we have photo video, which documents all our team meetings with photos and videos, fairly obviously. We have finance, which funds our team and submits several grants a year and also helps host fundraisers. And last but not least, we also have Infotech, which is basically our website and also creates web apps and also runs our scouting program. And just to contextualize what scouting means, essentially with every game, it's a team. The games are team-based, so you have to pick which robots you want on your team, and you have to be able to figure out the stats of every single robot you play against. So our scouting creates a simple-to-use software that allows us to actually collect that data in a timely and easy manner, and then analyze that data, which is like really cool.
Yeah, and then lastly, there's project groups. I'll just explain them briefly. Project groups are basically projects that don't require any training because this is stuff that we do like community outreach, international outreach. So the first one is community outreach. That's basically like its name. We do events for STEAM related events that are impacting our community. So these events are basically targeting kids and we're helping them learn STEAM so that they could eventually be able to learn like different skills in robotics. And then we have international outreach. International outreach, we partner with teams from different countries. We've done it with Nigeria, South Africa. We're working on something in Ireland. We've done it with India. So we've been partnering with different teams from different countries, and also we've been partnering with companies as well. And then we also have Ready Set Speed, which is basically a website designed to help students with apraxia. And lastly, we have APE, which stands for Advanced Physical Education. And this project group basically is a robot that helps non-ambulatory students in gym class. First mentoring is another one. First mentoring, basically we help mentor other teams. This could apply like internationally in terms of the community, but we help mentor other teams with aspects of their robot, different aspects of the robot, but also non-robot related things as well. So that's basically the general overview of our team.
So, if you're considering joining the team, a few things to know is that we do basically everything. We have coding, we have graphic design, we have engineering, robotics obviously. We've got a group for photo videos, we've got a group that writes. So, really robotics has something for everyone. We even have like presentation team, etc., etc. On top of that, it's also a really good way to get prepared for the real world because we have this thing like we say we run our team like a business, which we kind of do. Like our team captains are called captains, they're called CEOs, and we have leaders and meetings and such, and we have like a business plan. So it's a very like nice simulation of the actual business world, and you also get to like, you know, meet people who are kind of like-minded, interested in, you know, STEAM, expanding, learning stuff, and so you learn a lot of skills, you get a good actual experience, like simulation of the real world, and you also meet people who are like you in the sense where you're interested in doing something with your life.